We've noted a few times in the past couple of weeks that we are taking the show to Hong Kong to the 2019 Blockchain Conference sponsored by the NexChange Group. Well, today we are pleased to be joined by the CEO of the NexChange Group, Juwan Lee, who comes to us from Hong Kong. Hey, Juwan, thanks for taking the time to be with us. I know you are busy planning for the event, which takes place March 4th through the 8th. Even though this event is in Hong Kong, people from all over the world come, right? Tell us about it.
Sure. Well, thanks for having me back on the show, Bart. This event will be a global event. We have people from all around the world coming, 50-plus countries, 3,000 delegates, and we have about 175 speakers. So this is definitely a global event. Everything that generally happens in blockchain is very global.
I know because, you know, I've been there with you in Hong Kong before and at meetings just in my former roles, but Hong Kong really has become quite the blockchain and crypto hub. The Bitmain exchange is there. Tell all the boom busters about that and why you think that's the case in Hong Kong.
Well, think about what the next generation of blockchain is going to be about. It's really about execution. It's really about enterprises. And a lot of the actual execution is taking place with the banks. There's 150-plus banks in Hong Kong. It's a highly regulated market. And as we see, what's happening is that the banks are the ones that are actually utilizing and executing blockchain. So this is very important for the next generation. We believe that Hong Kong is well positioned because Hong Kong actually has customers that will use blockchain. Also, what we see is a regulatory change that's taking place. We've seen a transition from ICOs to, let's say, STOs, and we see that the regulators are now starting to get warmed up in Hong Kong, looking at it as a regulated environment, and then we'll see a transition to that, and we believe Hong Kong is well positioned for this.
The last thing I wanted to ask you about is there are some research labs there too, blockchain research labs. I hadn't known that until I was reading some of the stuff that you had written. Tell us about that.
Well, I mean, there's a number of different research labs. I think the one that I would highlight the most is the one that's sponsored by the government. It's called ASTRI. They have been around for many years, and they really have embraced blockchain. They have written white papers on this. They've been working in collaboration with HKMA on the next generation of what's going to be implemented. And this research lab is not just about writing white papers. They have been working closely with HKMA, and now HKMA has developed a trade finance program. That trade finance program is in collaboration with WeTrade, and it's now going to be developed so that we have collaboration amongst all the different participants in the trade finance area.
And last thing, I said the last thing was the last thing, but this is the last thing really, Juwan. I mean, what are you looking forward to at the event? You always have some great people and some great events, the collateral events next to the conference. What are you looking forward to this year?
Well, you know, think about it is we're in a bear market, and it's been very difficult for many in the community. But what we really need to start to think about is the next transition, which is the actual use cases of blockchain, and people are going to start to see where the actual research and money that was raised is going to be used. I think that's very important. The other aspect is about community. The blockchain community is a very important part of how the ecosystem grows. We have 16-plus events now that are just side events. So this is not just a event that we're throwing. It is a community event, and I'm looking forward to the various different events that are taking place outside of just our own event.
Me too. I can't wait to get to Hong Kong. I can't wait to bring it to the boom busters from there. And I can't wait to see you, my friend Juwan Lee, the CEO of the NexChange Group. Congratulations, and we'll see you next week, Juwan. Thank you.